Welcome to episode 4 of the Lawyer Lifestyle Podcast. This is attorney Dave Scriven-Young from Chicago, and we talked yesterday about having one particular goal for each day and getting those singles in order to have accumulated wins over a great period of time. But how do you do that with trying to balance your billable hours, home life, and then trying to get marketing somehow into that mix? Well, you do that through time management, and that seems like a very obvious answer. But here's a tip on how to actually manage your time and how to figure out where in your day you can actually have time for business development and marketing. Well, the one thing you might consider is using your calendar to schedule time for business development. And what do I mean by using your calendar? Well, I think all of us have different periods during the day or even evening that we can have for marketing. I think it depends from day to day. Some of us are night owls. Some of us are better doing business during the early morning. Some of us have time perhaps at lunch or sometime other than that during the day. And so what we have to do is figure out exactly what works for us. So if we know that we're going to be busy in the morning during taking a deposition, but we still want to have one thing, one action item for business development, then we're going to want to look at our schedule and figure out, well, maybe we can do something like that before the deposition, or if we have to still prepare for that deposition in the early morning, then maybe we're talking about doing it in the evening. But we have to figure out and take a self-assessment of exactly what is going to be the best for us, and then putting that into our calendar, our actual work calendar. So whether you're using a paper calendar or using some sort of electronic calendar, such as Outlook, you want to put that in your calendar to have a commitment to yourself that during this period of time, I'm going to be doing business development and marketing, and I'm not going to be doing anything else. And so you block it out of your calendar. You can let your assistant know. So other people, if other people have access to your calendar, they know that you're going to be busy doing other things. So whether that's writing an article, putting together a presentation, making phone calls, and the like, that's the best way to do that. And then later on, we're going to be talking about a business development plan. And in case you're wondering, I actually just did get out my firm's newsletters. And so if you're on that list, you'll be getting it probably in the next couple of days. So I think that's it for now. Your action item for today is to figure out what kind of a person you are in terms of when is the best time for you to do business development. I know for me, early morning hours are not necessarily the best because sometimes as I mentioned, I do some hockey refereeing, and sometimes those are late night games. And so getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning is typically not going to work for me. But what I do have is a lot of commuting time on the train where it's not necessarily conducive to doing confidential legal work, such as writing briefs or reviewing documents and the like. But that's a great time if I need to put together a presentation, if I need to write an article, or that sort of thing. I take the train, so sitting up in that top row of the metro train, trying to do that work. It's actually a great time. It's about 40 minutes on the train. That's great each way. A great time to do a lot of business development that I don't need to do while I'm in the office. Obviously, phone calls and the like I wouldn't be doing on the train. But that works best for me. So your action item is to figure out what is the best time for you, and then to figure out what you're going to use to block out that time, whether you're using a paper calendar or you're using some sort of electronic calendar. I tend to use Outlook, and then it all gets transferred down to a big calendar on my phone. So figure out what will work best for you. So there's obviously a ton more you can get into in terms of time management and perhaps we'll do an entire time management course. But that's it for right now. Please hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at AttorneyDSY. Let me know what your time management system is going to be. And have a great day or night. And remember to fight for the lifestyle that you want and become the rainmaker that you need to be. Have a great day, everybody.